I think that we could be handling it better.
To be honest, it has affected me. I mean, I don't have a job, so I'm not working. I am getting paid still, but I've just been presented with a lot of free time.
It's been pretty rubbish, to be honest. Like, uni-wise, our whole course has been compromised. So we've had things cancelled up until second semester so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen my parents in months. I've seen only one of my siblings whose house I can still go to. I haven't seen my other siblings really, but that's all starting to change a bit now. So yeah.
The coronavirus was a big fat kick to the face for everyone. In Australia alone, more than 700,000 lost their jobs in 1 week. By May, over 1 million are out of work.
It has restricted work in all aspects, like physically, like productions have shut down, auditions have stopped, the movie industry is just closed. Like obviously that's affected my career completely.
Productions have come to an alarming halt. Therefore musicians, actors, filmmakers, and all of those who make a living from performance and entertainment have had to endure a period of uncertainty. We spoke with a few members from these creative sectors to understand how their work has been affected, what they're doing in the meantime, and fundamentally, how their lives have changed. The Bonnie Dunes are an Australian alternative rock band from Brisbane. Members Kane and Torian had this to say.
But yeah, we cancelled a couple private things. We were doing that Cube Effect, which we did the video for. There was a live performance for that, which was cancelled as well. So obviously the live side of things is all on pause at the moment. I haven't really been doing a lot at home. I think the whole band's kind of just like taking this as a bit of a break.
And I think live music is definitely at a standstill. People can still, maybe bands that don't play live that much, that are just have music available to people might still be fine.
Yeah.
But for anyone, maybe like any new bands that need that visual, need that contact with their fans and stuff, we're probably feeling it right now.
I guess I took gigging for granted maybe a little bit.
Well, it's obviously meant that a lot of people that made income from that aren't making income from it, which sucks. I know that that's just kind of all across the board at the moment, but entertainers particularly, I figure, would have been affected probably the most. And obviously, yeah, the band scene has copped it probably pretty hard.
Like I said, had a lot of downtime, a lot of free time. I've been painting my guitars a lot. I've got a couple guitars that I've just been painting. Not much the actual music part of it, but I have had a lot more time to just honestly sit down and just play music alone by myself.
Had no delays happened to our EP, we would have been releasing it and launching it right when everything shut down.
We will need a little bit of rehearsing to do though, but it also is giving me a time to work on the writing as well. So like it does hinder the live performances a little bit, but it does give me a lot more time to do another very integral part. I think it's affected it immensely because I venture to say that most of the bands are more than 2 people. So unless everybody is breaking the law, then nobody is really able to rehearse.
Sammy Afuni is an active member in the creative community. As a professional musician and actor, he's faced challenges during the pandemic in relation to his work, but has overcome them with the available digital platforms.
I feel like I've grown a lot of gratitude towards what I'm doing, and I feel like I took it for granted previously, just being able to have those moments with, for example, actors or musicians or whatever, face to face, and being able to learn off of them. You take those things for granted, collaborations, being integrated in the community, you take those things for granted. So it's definitely opened my eyes to those things. And at the same time, it's just, it's also been cool for me to discover myself personally, at home and figure out the capabilities that I have in terms of making the most out of what I have around me. And I feel like that's really helped me grow so far. I heard a quote from Denzel Washington before, which was, you shouldn't be looking at other places that you don't have and instead use what's around you. And I never quite figured out that quote until, this pandemic, where I feel like I see where he's coming from.
Fear of the unknown is something that has gone through the minds of many working actors. In recent months, young actors like Angus and Wei have encountered some speed bumps to their careers. However, this period of isolation has boosted the opportunity for creativity.
It's actually made me think outside of the box and sparked my creativity more in the sense that I'm thinking, what else can I do now to, I can sharpen my skills, I can prepare for the future, so I can hit the opportunities better.
You don't realize how much you rely on a community of people together in a space, and once that ability is taken away from you, it's really it's kind of enlightening in a way, how reliant we are on collaboration and communication. So that's kind of been the most eye-opening thing, I think.
Heaps of self-realization, just I need to do more, and what can I do right now that no one else is doing, and how can I be the best actor? How can I be the best person? How can I be the best everything I can right now?
There's so much work. I'm sure everyone's sitting at home right now just trying to churn out as many ideas and plans as they can, so that when finally this is all over, they can, come through the door running.
Filmmakers have been keeping optimistic while the cameras aren't rolling. Directors have had the chance to focus on pre-production, forming scripts, and refining their art form. Australian film director Luke Mays discussed the effects on the industry and making good use of the development stage.
I'm in the middle of developing a couple of things, and so it's just allowed me a lot of time to sit home and work on it and do the script writing part and the development part. So we've got no excuses because there's nothing else to do. You might as well get that writing done, that reading done, and get that all done. So that's what I've been doing that. So it's actually forced me to do that stuff, which has been good. But talking about Sammy, we wanted to do another music video back at the start of the year. Can't do it now until this is all slightly, relaxed. So
yeah,
we had to put it on hold.
Steve Rook is a professional actor based in Brisbane. He talked with me about the importance of creativity during a time of crisis and how artists of his profession are working together during this time of distancing. Steve shared his experience on adapting to these modes of contact, how the communication through applications like Zoom is becoming a normality during the pandemic, and how it is ultimately affecting the working structure of the acting community.
We're doing plays and things over Zoom as well. So there's some of the theatre companies are actually paying artists to sort of do these productions for a wider audience who will be sitting in their lounge room. So that's something that's kind of exciting. I know I'm going to be shooting a short film pretty quickly after as soon as we're allowed to, basically. So once the restrictions are up, but we don't know when that's going to be. That could be 3 weeks from now. It could be 3 months from now. So there is a little bit of that going on. Artists will do what artists have always done, which is just keep creating no matter what the circumstances. And often during times of crisis, the most amazing stuff comes out. So we'll see what happens at the end of all of this. But I've got a feeling it's Renaissance style stuff.
Positivity is high with all these talented performers and content creators. Although COVID-19 is indeed a fat kick to the face, strong resilience and the ability to recognize and adapt will always conquer whatever comes our way. These industries have a mountain to climb to get back to where they were, but with restrictions lifting by the week, the ability to bounce back from the disadvantages that these musicians, filmmakers and actors have had to face goes stronger by the day. Therefore, I had to ask our guests this last question.
I was saying to someone last night, I'm going to have some of the biggest and longest hugs of my life.
Man, I'm just going to have a big jam with the whole band.
The first thing I want to do is just go out with a bunch of friends.
I think I actually just want to go out to a restaurant and buy a really expensive meal.
I want to go to the gym, man. I've been feeling really lazy recently. I don't want to get fat, you know what I mean? So
yeah. I'd like to travel again overseas.
I'm gonna get drunk. So let's go to the club. No, I take that back. No. I'm going to go and see a movie and watch a theatre show, support the industry, kids.
That's it.
Let's just hope it happens soon.